Yo! It's a bloody commentary about Treyarch and shit they did right and shit they did wrong. I don't give a fuck. Listen and watch, it's good.
Alright guys, it's Ben22595 and I am here with Crackoon420.
What did it do?
And this is my first dual commentary that I'm bringing to my channel. So what I thought we'd discuss is Black Ops and sort of the pros and cons. We've promised not to make this an Infinity Ward versus Treyarch discussion.
I didn't say anything.
That's a future discussion that we can have, no doubt. So yeah, pros and cons. Where shall we get started? Right, customization, emblem customization, things of that nature. What do you think? I think Treyarch did well with Black Ops on that front.
Yeah, it's good, but it's just all materialistic, innit? You know what I mean?
Do you not think though that well, this is my opinion, but do you not think that it adds to the game's
no, because the fact of the matter is, I don't care for having a little star as a red dot site. I'd much rather have, like, well, not to compare it to anything, but in Modern Warfare 3, how they've got different multiple sites that, you know, correlate to something. You dig? It's like
see, I hate
different
that.
ones
I
around
can't
the world.
stand that.
Mate,
I mean,
it's better than a star or like a love heart. Tell you that.
I want to make my own.
That to me is just like, just gay.
So that's where I think Modern Warfare 3 took a step backwards. Like they should have, because it was a lot of people did like the emblem customization feature. In
yeah,
Black
but
Ops.
that's one part of it, mate. That's like the only part of customization. That's like what, and then you can have your clan tag on the gun. You know what I mean? It's like.
Oh shit! I did start record. Oh fuck. Yep, keep going.
Mate,
sorry, I've got a 15-minute time limit on this. Alright.
I don't know, man. It's just like that's the only thing, though, isn't it? Customizing your player card, that was the only thing that they offered, and yeah, for the creative people, then yeah, you know what, it's good, they buzz off it, but is that a reason to like the game more? I think that the game's got better aspects of it just for that customization fact alone. I don't know, mate, considering it's not really, you know, I'm quite happy with just having a title, you know. It's that it doesn't affect the game, it's just, you know, it's a random aspect of it that can't really be contributed to making the game good or bad, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I do think it adds some sort of identity. Like, as you're a player in a team, it adds some sort of, I don't know, identity to the... Does that make any sense what I'm sort of getting at?
No. My player card was just a beast, it was literal.
It was abused with rabbits humping.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying as well, and then you just like... That was a bit, the other part of that is this...
Fucking Nazi symbols and shit.
Yeah, abuse sign of it, innit? Anything like that where people can influence their own, like, interpretations and shit, people abuse it, you know what I mean? And then people get offended by it, so in some certain situations, people, you know... It's kind of like, you got to compare the... What do you call it now? The percentages or whatever, you know? Weight and balance. Which one's, like, more worth it? Is it better to give people the chance to customize, or is it worse to do that because you might offend people in the long term? You know what I mean? We still run into like people with fucking Nazis and shit, you know what I mean? Little faggots. Simple, me.
Well, I think it was a feature which I thoroughly enjoyed.
I'm not saying I didn't like it, I'm just saying. That's my thought about it.
But
you know,
would you think the inclusion of it's good that they included it?
Oh yeah, I definitely think like it was something that they should have picked up for the series, you know. I thought it was coming back. Yeah. You thought it was coming back to... Well,
I honestly thought Modern Warfare 3 had incorporated it, but for some reason they chose not to.
Stick with like the Modern Warfare 2 ones because... Mate, I tell you what, in another year you'll have that in Modern Warfare 2.
I reckon so.
A different aspect of it. But.
Yeah. Theatre mode. Theatre mode was a pivotal point, I think, in the Call of Duty franchise. I think without theatre mode...
What kind of...
Black Ops. Well, just in general, imagine Modern Warfare 2 with theatre mode.
I don't really use theatre mode anyway. I mean, you got to look at it this aspect as well, right? When people are using theatre mode, there's only a few different people that use theatre mode, right? There's a small majority to... You know, there's a small minority, sorry. To the majority, theatre mode don't really mean shit, you know what I mean? People will put a gameplay in there and then they're like, what? They'll tell their mates, yo, check this gameplay out. I went like 55 to 10 or some shit like that. Go check it out, you know what I mean? Like, in between mates and that, but like, on another aspect of it, it goes up levels, you know? If you go in YouTube commentating or montage making or professional
MLG,
you know what I mean? People with MLG, they'd do the scrims or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And then they'd like, you know, whatever, they'd watch it back or they'd post it on YouTube after they'd done it, you know. It's just like shit like that.
It's all about that sharing aspect, isn't it? Whether it is games or whether it's just that. The main thing that I liked about Theatre Mode was that it gave that safety net for a backup. If I lost the game somehow, it was in Theatre Mode. But in saying that, there have been a lot of times where I've got beast gameplays which Theatre Mode has failed to record.
Yeah, but then everything fails, and you know what I mean. Everything fails. So, but you know, there's another good point about that. Yeah, it's the whole fact of multimedia sharing and how it's just blowing up because. You know what I mean? There's so many different venues of websites and shit where it's streaming videos, uploading videos, downloading videos. You know, some of it's not necessarily all legal, but, you know, there's just a huge market out there. And Call of Duty, you've noticed that in a way, you know what I mean? They're like,
it's as if Call of Duty and Activision have sort of acted upon the growth within YouTube, and it's sort of catering towards that YouTube friendly, you know what I mean? So it's giving the game and the franchise itself that chance to develop on that front, because it's giving you the means to
Well then,
upload.
like, you got to look at the opposite side of that as well, though, innit? Like, they're catering for something, like, not really even that beneficial for a minority of the community that want other things, you know what I mean? If they put that in for the sole factor of, people like to share gameplays, but mainly the big bosses upstairs are like saying, yo, this shit's taking off YouTube, Call of Duty's like dominating gaming, then you know what I mean? If that's the way it went down, why don't they cater to other things? You know what I mean? Then again, we'll have to wait and see.
But it's about priorities, isn't it? Priorities within Activision and whatever. Well, not just Treyarch, but Infinity Ward are the same. I think they're a bit muddled. I think they're a bit sort of I don't know, influenced far too much by the money side of things rather than the functionality and community side of things. But anyway, Theatre Mode. I think it's a good thing.
It's good it's come to the series from Halo, because they probably ripped
probably
ripped it off.
Not forget that.
It's probably that's where it's been ripped off from.
Probably did, yeah.
Continue.
But
next,
game modes. Few range of game modes where you might
dare say gun game, I will kill you.
I think it made for. No. I'm sure there's certain people
originality
channels are sort of dedicated to that reaction, that reactive sort of gameplay.
Originality isn't there though, bro. Think about it. You can't use game.
Well, you suppose gun game was stolen from Counter-Strike, you could say. So again, it's sort of. But again, you know, if something works, why not take it yourself? It's not necessarily
you can't really use it as a good point because you could use it as like, you know.
I think it was a good thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Modern Warfare 3's only just implemented it themselves.
I'm not saying it was a bad thing, but I like morally, I don't think I could use it as a good point for Black Ops because we've already known gun game was good if it's been in Counter-Strike. That's more than likely why Black Ops ripped it off. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I can't use that as a point to like give one up on the game. You get me?
I know, but I think the way to look at it is it's not like Treyarch are sort of claiming the exclusive rights to that game mode.
No, that's what I'm saying. They can't like put a license on a game mode in a game.
I don't think they would. Whereas I know a lot of people that are anti Call of Duty fans would use that as a negative. Like, oh, Call of Duty have stolen this, they've stolen that, etc.
Yeah. Well, I can't even really think of any other game modes. The fact of the matter is, gun game. In fact, you know what? Gun game is like the only one that's from Counter-Strike. Black Ops, they added sticks and stones.
Yeah, there was
one in the chamber. I don't know if these had come from like Counter-Strike as well, but I'm going to tell you the honest truth right now. The only one that I liked was gun game. It's the only one that worked. You know what I mean? Sticks and stones and how that's conveyed over on in the series to Modern Warfare 3 with whatever you call it, Last Man Standing or whatever it is. Don't like that. So maybe that's a bad aspect really that they brought it in, or maybe it's just like, I don't know. Whatever.
I think the fact that they've got new game modes implemented, you could argue without those, then perhaps Modern Warfare 3 wouldn't have implemented things like infection and things. If you know what I mean. It could have been a catalyst.
Yeah, but there you go. There's
another
prime example of ripping off something early on in the series because infected was like the #1 played thing in Halo. And
I know. It's just stealing stuff from Halo.
Yeah, and then Halo died and like Call of Duty's going on, but I'm telling you, mate, Call of Duty will die and then it will rise again. Tell you, you'll see.
Like a phoenix.
You'll see it, mate. The next generation, I'm thinking. Are we in it? Whatever. Go on.
Whatever. Contracts and things like CODPoints. What are your opinions on? Firstly, contracts.
Well,
do you think they're a good thing? Leveling up and things. Does it encourage you to have diversity with weapons and game modes?
You buy the contracts though, don't you? You buy the contract.
Yeah.
Then if you fulfill the contract, you get XP back for it, right? The way I see it, no, in fact you don't get. Do you get XP or is it?
Yeah,
CODPoints?
You can get XP.
Is it?
Well,
both or what? I can't even remember me.
It's XP.
Well, if it's XP, then yeah, you know what I'm saying. I don't give a
The leveling up.
I don't give a shit about XP. My techniques worked. I'm not gonna lie. Contracts probably did help me get being quicker, but my strategic methods just, you know what I mean. I don't need XP boosters. It's like challenges, mate, because challenges have always been there.
Yeah,
for Call of Duty. Really. Yeah, it's just like another kind of like tangent to that, and to keep people more involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I like the way how it brings variation though, because in some challenges, you know what I mean, there's not really a pressure to particularly go for a certain challenge over another. You know what I mean? I don't have to go and get a load of kills with the MP7,
I mean,
but I can.
They're incentives, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Incentives and shit like that. That's what it gives you. So I like that aspect of it. I wish challenges had something like that, like you enlist for a challenge and then you've got to complete the challenge within a certain time, and you get like a certain boost or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I suppose it's all shit they can do down the line, but it's all about how much they can fit in. But I don't know, man. Contracts, in my opinion.
Again, though, I think the fact that they're there is a good thing, even if they're not a vital sort of implementation of the game. Just the fact that they're there.
I also think that the whole point, like you said at the start, that you've got to pay for him to actually enlist for the contract to begin with. It all comes back down to the currency of COD points, and I fail to see the.
Do you not prefer the Black Ops sort of system with COD points as opposed to the?
Yeah, I like COD points, but they've got to take it when you include a currency in a game. You don't marginalise it to certain things. You should be able to spend your currency how you want. I want to be able to bet against people. I want to be able to buy guns off people. I want to be able to like sell shit. You know what I mean? I want.
See, that's the sort of thing which I really do wish Call of Duty implemented. It's the same with weapon packs.
When they half-ass it, that's what pisses me off. They've half-assed COD points. That's what they did. You know what I mean? It was included for wager matches, contracts, buying all your weapons which have previously been free. You know what I mean? And you unlock it at a certain stage which has worked in the past. So why not try and change it? You know what I mean? How you can buy whatever you want when you want, but you've still got to go through all the levels anyway to unlock the. You know what I mean? If they did it as in like you could get a certain amount of money and then you buy any gun you want in the game anytime without having to unlock it, I'd like it.
Yeah.
But it'd probably make certain things overpowered. But you know, the fact of the matter is, they wouldn't really give a shit because then you just go, this shit looks overpowered. I'm gonna buy that shit too next. You know what I mean? But then you overprice weapons. You know what I mean? You'd have to ridiculously price them like 100,000 for a FAMAS. The good thing about that is, you could like mix it up and like over time, if weapons are costing more money, you can like put the price up on them. You know what I mean? And then people will be able to sell them. You know what I mean? Anyway, enough about future COD talk, whatever shit like. COD points, they half-assed it. I won't consider it a good point. You assume yes, right, Benny? All right.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer the Black Ops system to the sort of Modern Warfare 2 or. So it's pretty much the same in Modern Warfare 3, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
So yeah, I like the option of being able to buy a red dot rather than having to get
to earn it.
Something.
But then that's still
because then it avoids like people boosting to get camos and shit. You know what I mean? It's like people in Modern Warfare 2 that would boost.
Yeah.
With headshots just to get fucking camo. It's sad, but anyway, whatever.
It's only still like attachments, though. You know what I mean? It's not like weapons and shit like that where you can like gotta unlock it because I mean you've got all the attachments whenever. I like the way that you've got to earn to get your attachments though, which Infinity Ward does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Infinity Ward rules.